Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine and this is Raspberry Reads. I cannot believe we are already into July. I mean, where is this year going? I really should have done a mid-year freakout video, but I just didn't get to it this year. And maybe that's a good thing because maybe that means that I'm not freaking out about my reading. I don't know. I'm not on track to meet my record, which is 62 books in the year, 62 being my favorite number, but I still feel comfortable and accomplished with the number of books that I have read. So yeah, I guess the point that I'm trying to make is that I'm not freaking out about my reading. I'm very much enjoying my reading journey this year so far, and I hope you are too. But yeah, this video is just a quick update on what I'm currently reading as we've transitioned from June into July. I've got 5 books on the go. If you've been here before, you know that I always have way too many books on the go at once. I can't help myself. I just get distracted, but that's okay. But yeah, let me tell you about some of the books that I'm reading. I'll start with this one here because it's the only physical copy I have, and this is The Four Winds by Kristin Hannah. This is my first Kristin Hannah book, and I am enjoying my reading experience so far. I am, I think, a couple of exactly 100 pages into this book. It is set in the 1930s in the Dust Bowl in America, which is a period of time where there was like agricultural destruction and lots of dust storms and lots of poverty. And I love reading about that time period anyways, so I thought that this would be a good Kristin Hannah book to start with. It was a little bit slow to start, but I am enjoying it now, and I can see why people like reading Kristin Hannah's writing. It's a good writing style, very engaging. So yes, I'm going to savor this book throughout July and possibly into August, depending on how fast I read it. The next book that I just started listening to last night is Gliff by Ali Smith. Now, confusingly, Ali Smith has or will have 2 books called Gliff. This one that I'm reading is the first one, spelled G-L-I-F-F, and then there's a sequel, and I don't know if that's out yet or not, but that's G-L-Y-F-F. Why Ali Smith did that, I have no idea. That's very confusing. This is the first Ali Smith book that I have read, and so far I'm intrigued. Gliff seems to be sort of like a social commentary, a little bit dystopian, and it follows 2 children, and then there's a man that they're traveling with because their mother has to go and work because their aunt is sick. But beyond that, I haven't really understood what's going on. But the thing that's caught my attention with this book so far is listening to the writing style is so intriguing because there are sort of standard paragraphs and regularly composed, like the length of the sentence is fairly regular. And then what she goes into, I think it's probably the dialogue that's so short. And obviously I'm not reading it, so I can't see how it's actually written, but to listen to it, it sounds like there's sort of 3 or 4 words per sentence. So it's very, what's the word, staccato, just really like da-da, da-da, da-da. And I don't think I've ever read anything like that before. So yeah, I am intrigued by Gliff so far. I can't really tell you too much about it. I heard or saw some review comparing it to sort of Kafka, and not having read any Kafka, I don't know, but it sounds like it's probably quite accurate. So yeah, I'll let you know what I think about Ali Smith's writing when I finish Gliff. I had to return a book to the library. This is an audiobook, and I finally got my Libby hold back, and this is The Lion Women of Tehran by Marjan Kamali. And I think I'm about 40% through this book, and I am enjoying the reading experience so far. It's about 2 girls, young women who are very firm friends, living in Tehran, and just their sort of different backgrounds, I guess, and how they go about their youth together. I think it started with a bit in the future, and then now it's gone to a retrospective. So I know that they end up have a falling out and are no longer friends. And then now I'm in the part of the book where it's kind of gone back to before all this. But this is set during the revolution in Iran. And so that is an interesting context that I know very little about. So yes, I'm enjoying that work of historical fiction so far. And then I also just started listening to The Manningtree Witches by A.K. Blakemore. And I remember this book coming out a few years ago and being everywhere. And then I just didn't hear any more about it. And then it just popped up on Libby, and I thought, yes, I will give that book a go. And as the name suggests, it's all about witch hunts. It's set in area of Essex in England in the 1600s, I think. And it's written in dialect, so very, is it Asturian? No, an Essex accent, whatever that's called. And I'm enjoying that so far, but again, I don't really know too much about what's going on yet because I only just started. And then the last book that I am currently reading, and this is one again that I started reading many months ago, put to one side, and then picked up the hold again. This is Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaghy. And so far this book is about a family who live in Antarctica at a research station, and their job is to look after a seed bank. And then this woman washes ashore, and they kind of nurse her back to health after this storm. She's quite badly injured, and then they find out sort of why she's there, and then there's this kind of mystery tension element related to the part of the research station that has been shut down. It is a good book. It is a bit slow going, I must admit, but I do want to finish reading it. So I will take my time with that one. And then, you know, if I get bored with those books, there are a few more that I'm keen to read over the summer. So I thought I'd share those with you now, sort of like my summer TBR. So I'd really like to read I'm looking at my shelf, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've not read anything by her before. I don't tend to go for that sort of like cult pop classic book, but I thought I'd give that one a try. That seems like a good beach read to me. And then I also got a book not too long ago called Invisible Women by Caroline Criado Perez. And this is a non-fiction book about how the world is not designed for women. And I thought that might be an interesting non-fiction read. And then otherwise, I have a book by Robert Macfarlane called Is a River Alive? I got that last year and I still haven't read it, so that might be another one to tackle as well. But yeah, who knows? I'm sure I'll get distracted. There's a new romantasy bookshop that's opened in Oxford, which I live near, and I thought I will probably do some damage to that bookshop, so maybe I'll even be able to do a little haul video about that trip at some point soon. But anyways, this is a sort of a short rambly video about what I'm currently reading and what I hope to get up to next. What are you going to read in July or through the summer? Have you thought about your summer reading plans yet? If so, I'd love to know. I'd like to know if you've read any of the books that I've mentioned today. But with that being said, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're enjoying whatever it is that you're reading, and I'll see you soon in a new video. Take care. Bye.